I've learned from my greenhouse is it might be cold outside, and even though this is an unheated greenhouse, it's still gonna be a lot warmer in there. So I wanna get warm and I wanna show you what's going on in my greenhouse. So come on. Ooh boy, shed a layer. If you're new to the channel, this is my second year in this unheated greenhouse, and it's been a learning process, but things are going well. We've got a lot of things growing, and I'm not gonna waste a lot of time, but just give us a like and a subscribe. Let's see what's going on in here. This is a 6x8 Paloram greenhouse. It's a hybrid, and what I've got here is I've got 2-foot beds on each side, so they're 2 feet across, and they go long 8 feet. So when I plan my garden, I plan them from here over as a 2x8 foot row, another 2x8 foot row, and then this one actually comes out 3 feet. So it's a 3x3 foot row right here, right in this little plot. So that's how we kind of plan this thing out. When we come in, I just kind of start from the beginning, and this is all spinach right here. So it's been a little bit of an up and down, but you can see that we do have some spinach growing. We've got some kohlrabi growing, and it is actually starting to head up, so that's good. And then we have some turnips here, which they're about ready to go. So we will pull those probably today or tomorrow, and then put something else in its place. I'm probably gonna put more turnips in there, because we have up here, we kind of have our second batch going. So these have all been started in here solely from seed, no heat, no extra light, nothing, since December. And they have all made it through 20, I think the coldest it's gotten in here is 27 degrees. So we have turnips and cabbage and kale and kohlrabis and just your really cold hardy vegetables. So that's what all of these are. And I think it's safe to say at this point they're gonna make it unless we get like a crazy cold snap. I haven't had to cover them or anything, so it's been really nice. Up here, I have a Brussels sprout that it just had left over, so I actually need to stake it up, and I just stuck it in a pot, and it's on top of these 2 buckets right here, which are filled with water, which heat up during the day and then radiate a little bit of heat out. So they kind of help a little bit, I'm not too sure. But if I look here, look, we've got aphids, so we got to treat that, which isn't a big deal. But coming back down, so this is my epic weed patch. So I've got this weird weed that came up this year, and I don't know what it is, but it's quickly spread. So what I'm trying to do is I come through and I weed, and at the same time I plant, and it'll try and crowd it out. So that's what I've, it's kind of annoying, but it doesn't get too much bigger than this. So it's not the end of the world. We've got some dazzling blue kale here. So that's really good. I'm a little bit upset that it's not actually blue, but I mean, what did I expect? So it's dark green. We have little marvel peas here. So these are shelling peas. So you can see that this one is actually ready to go. And we will shell these, and look at that. I think it might be time for a garden snack. What do you think? How sweet is this gonna be? Damn, that's sweet. That's amazing. I'm gonna be honest, as little as we get off this trellis, we got like maybe 3 pea plants. I don't think they're gonna make it in the house. There's nothing wrong with eating your vegetables raw. And that is, I mean, cooking peas is ridiculous. That's amazing. So we'll definitely be doing more of that. We'll need to harvest off this because it is starting to get full, and then that'll actually make it grow more. And then we come back here, we've got some mustard growing, and you can see that we actually do. It is confirmed that we have an aphid outbreak. Right here you can see them. And I actually think they may be dead. They may have frozen. Poor bastards. We have collards. We have 1 and then 2 collards right here. And then all of this is chard. So we have bright lights chard and rainbow chard right here, and it's growing amazing. So we're going to be harvesting that, and we're actually going to take these big leaves here, and we're going to stuff them with rice and beans and probably a sweet potato mixture, and then we'll lightly grill that, and it's going to be good. Probably a little bit of chipotle. Ooh, I might have to go do that now. And then here we have a couple more purple cauliflower that are just getting going. So you can see the little itty bitty baby cauliflower. And then in the middle, until they get big, we have some more radishes. And that's just until they get big, keep the weeds at bay. And then as these start to branch out and get bigger, then we'll pull those and it'll shade that out. And we'll probably put something else right in this corner right here. It's a little space, but you can see, I mean, I've got 3 heads of cauliflower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heads of, I guess you can call it a head of chard, 2 mustards, 3 kales, and the kales will just keep giving and giving and giving all winter long. And then we have probably 10 turnips, and we're gonna put another 10 turnips right there. And then the same, we have like 4 or 5 turnip, kohlrabis, and then a couple spinach plants. I mean, you can get a lot of food out of this area, and we still have a little bit of space left. And I'm debating on whether or not to put a cabbage there or something else, because it'll get really big. Bigger that they get, the more space they take up. So in this little space, we have to really weigh our options. Like, is it worth it to grow that much? Because if we put a cabbage in here, it's gonna get significantly bigger. And that's not something that we really wanna do. So we don't want to take up a bunch of space with one plant when I can get a whole bunch of plants in, but at the same time I want a lot of diversity into my diet, and that's going to help. But I mean, a 6x8 greenhouse, I have a little walkway. I can't argue. I mean, right now it is 40 degrees outside. It was 25 last night, and as this moment it's 63 degrees in here. So just the sun coming in warms it up a lot faster. And what that does is that allows the roots to get warm and hold that warmth, and the things will grow a lot better. And they rebound a lot faster from that chill. So everything planted out here can take a chill. And that's super important. I would never put a tomato out here. I would never put a pepper out here right now, because it's just not gonna live. This is an unheated greenhouse. No extra light, nothing. And from this point forward, when you're watching this video, we're gonna consistently get more and more sunlight coming in here, so things are just gonna really start growing. So I need to put down a layer of fertilizer, and then I need to mulch as well, because it's gonna be using a lot more water, because we're gonna get those fluctuations in temperature, and as the temperature goes up, it's gonna use more water. So we're just gonna stay on top of it. But yeah, I'm looking forward. If you've watched my last garden video, you know that I grow cauliflower for the sole reason for fried cauliflower. And that night I harvested those 3 heads, ate all 3 heads. So this will be another dinner. Maybe we can space it out. We were trying to go vegetable heavy. And then stuffed chard, sauteed collards and mustard greens and turnips, roasted, fried radishes, air fried, and raw peas. Come on, man. That's what it's all about. We're eating large in the wintertime, so with an unheated greenhouse, you can do the same. Just be aware of how to plant, and check us out, man. Backyard Gardens Podcast, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday episodes are gonna be right here on YouTube starting in 2 weeks. So until then, see ya.